Yes, the Blood Shinobi here. Yeah, I know I said this was gonna be 1 hour, but I changed it to 45 minutes so that the next fight you get tomorrow will be 45 minutes. So it'll be a bit longer, and also from now on, when I do parts that are longer than normal 30 minutes, will be 45, just so I can get them out to you as quick. And I have so time. Yeah, that's why. And for what it is what if Naruto was a prodigy like Itachi Part 18. Now, so for the recap, Inari was getting trained by Sasuke along with Moagi and Udon, who are no longer friends with Konohanaru, during after school. And then Naruto would train Konohanaru during the day, and his claim would be in school, while Hanabi and Shikadu did what they did. And then they'd come and train on the afternoon with Hanabi with Parker, and we left it off with a fight type thing. So yeah, let's get into it. Peace out. Well, intro out first.
We turn into ashes, when do we burn away? Used to be oh so close, now I see you. Just turn around and leave me. You can change. You satisfy the rage in me. Take away my pain.
Today was today. It was 5 minutes before Konohanaru and Inari were meant to fight. Moagi and Nabi were meant to fight after that. And then Shikadu vs Udon. The other day, Naruto went over to Sasuke and told him that he will let him fight if he wants. His students will fight Konohanaru, and that on the last day of their week of their off time from their S rank, and after their fight, him and Sasuke will fight to show who's the strongest. And Sasuke agreed. So after that, Sasuke had upped his Genin's training and made sure that there were no pushover for academy students. And then there was Naruto. All his kids had missed out in school. Well, Shadow Clones had been there, but that's about it. Other than that, they had just stopped. They were just training and training. Naruto had got them to train. There was no way in hell he was losing to Sasuke, or his Genins weren't losing to Sasuke, and he was losing to Sasuke. And he knows that he will beat Sasuke, but he doesn't know about his Genin students here. So he pushed them to further heights. Yes, they're stronger than normal. Yes, they may be able to beat him, but there's also the if. Will they be able to make it look good, or will they just be average? That's all that Naruto could think of. He didn't care right now though. He had to make sure they were ready to fight. There was no way in hell they were losing a fight like this. There was one fight that they accounted for, and he needed to make sure they were ready. He may look like Sasuke will win, but his students need to make sure he shows how much ahead they are compared to Inari, Moagi, Udon, and all that. He needs them to know how strong they are compared to everyone else. There's no way in hell his students are weaker than Inari, right? They can't be. He's trained them. Yeah, he trained Moagi and Udon, but that was then, not now. Naruto doesn't know their strength, but he knows one thing. They can't be that good if they're getting trained by Sasuke. He's a nobody. He's just doing this to rival Naruto. Well, that's what Naruto thinks, at least. Sasuke had pushed up his Genin's strength so far that they, for the past 2-3 days, have been using shadow clones to get out of school just to train. He needed to make sure they were ready, but he wouldn't know yet without training. He had actually pushed them to their limits. They had broken a wrist each, and then Sasuke made sure that they had a stupid medical test done to make sure they were ready to fight, because he wasn't letting Naruto just casually beat him like that. Naruto may think he's all this and that, but he can't be. Compared to Sasuke, there's no one better and flashier, says Kotochi. Yeah, Naruto may be this powerful man, yeah, but when it comes to kissing, it definitely goes to Sasuke. But Kotochi wouldn't really know. She hadn't kissed Naruto properly. She's been too busy in her own daydreaming world to realize that Naruto was better than Sasuke at almost anything. But she couldn't be bothered paying attention to Naruto anymore. She had given her life and dedication to the Uchiha brat. Well, that's what Naruto says. No one has seen this before though. No one would want to know why. But Naruto would flog Sasuke any day. They were standing at the training ground ready to meet now. Sasuke had just arrived. First up was Konohamaru versus Inari. Naruto stood there. Kotochi, Pakura all stood there. Iruka stood there as well. He needed to check out what was going on and how cool they were and how strong they were. So that's what he's going to do. He's going to make sure he's here to watch them. So that's what he's doing. Huh, you think you're all this? Asked Naruto. Sasuke just shook his head. Of course I'm all this. If you think you're good, wait until you see my Genin, said Sasuke. Naruto chuckled to this. You're Genin? They're not even... So you say you're Genin. They're not even Genin. They're academy students, you dumbass, said Naruto. You know what's funny? Asked Naruto. What? Said Sasuke. Before they were yours, they were mine. And look what happened. They hate me now. Look how fragile time is. They might just betray you one day, said Naruto. We would never betray him, said Udon. Naruto just nodded to himself. Yeah, and you know what? I wouldn't betray myself too. Wait, that's right, you guys betrayed me, didn't you? Asked Naruto. They both looked at him. We didn't betray you. You just weren't strong enough for us. You weren't capable of training us, said Milwaukee. Inari didn't know what to do. He realized what he had done. He had actually lost Naruto his first ones. Now he has new ones. He should have found some new friends that weren't friends with Konohamaru beforehand. He's a dumbass. But he has to accept what he's done. And he's gonna take it with pride, thought Inari. Naruto was standing there. Konohamaru, Inari, time for your fight, said Naruto. They both nodded. Yes, finally, said Inari. Konohamaru just stood up. Can I take off my weights? Asked Konohamaru. Naruto just gave him a thumbs up. Whatever you do, don't die, chuckled Naruto. Inari walked up to Sasuke. Can I take my weights off? Asked Inari. Naruto nodded. He was hoping that Sasuke had done something he wouldn't expect. Giving him damn weights is something Naruto didn't expect Sasuke to do. Naruto, who just watched as Sasuke told him, yes, you should, because I know you'd win, but at the same time, you don't know what to expect from your opponent. They may be stronger than you think and faster. So if I was you, I would just take them off, just to show your actual strength and speed, said Sasuke. Naruto chuckled to this. Does Sasuke really think that Inari could beat Konohamaru? Oh wait, that's right. He didn't realize that he had been off for the past couple of weeks training with Naruto. So Naruto just let this slide. What's going on? Asked Milwaukee. They didn't know what happened, but they thought that Konohamaru was taking his weights off. Did he take his weights off already? Asked Inari. Oh yes, he did, said Shikuru. No, he didn't, said Milwaukee. Then they turned to Inari, whose weights had a little thump. He did. I made sure he took them off, said Naruto. No, he didn't. There was no thump or anything, said Inari. And then he noticed something. Wait, that's right. They're not that strong then. They must be really lightweight, said Inari. Naruto just chuckled to himself. Yep, lightweight's my ass. And then Naruto turned to Sasuke. Ever heard of a guy named... Wait, never mind. You're too busy being a Uchiha. You don't understand brilliance when you see it, said Naruto. What do you mean? Asked Sasuke. Nothing, said Naruto. Okay then, said Sasuke. The fight was about to begin, and then Konohana walked up. I took my weights off. I kind of forgot to do with what to do with them, so he said Konohana. So I'll pass him to Rie, Hanabi, Shakud, Konohana. And then this shocked Sasuke. He saw Hanabi go to grab him, but they fell right through her hands. Whoops, sorry they dropped. And they had a twice as big bang as what Inari had. Fucking hell. He's the most unpredictable ninja. That's what I remember hearing from Itachi. Shit, thought Sasuke. He saw that Inari had twice as much weights as Konohana did. So they started to fight. Konohana just watched as Inari went his fastest. Inari thought he knew this was his fastest. There's no way in hell Konohana would be able to block it, right? Thought Inari. Inari went to kick Konohana in the face, but he couldn't. It was grabbed by Inari. By Konohana, I mean. Konohana just sent a slight punch to him. Oh, wait, is this meant to actually do some damage to me? Asked Konohana. He saw the hits that Konohana was watching the hits that were being shocked to him. It was meant to be Inari's strongest. The hits were hitting Konohana, yeah, they weren't that fast. They kind of were heavy. But compared to what Naruto throws out, they were nothing. Konohana was just taking the punches. Inari was watching this with delight. He was actually enjoying this. Konohana was getting his ass handed to him, thought Inari. Konohana was bored, so and then as soon as he got Inari punched Konohana again, it went in puff of smoke. Well, what's happening? Asked Inari. Did I kill him? I didn't mean to kill him, said Inari. Naruto smacked himself in the forehead. Dumbass. Blood's meant to go everywhere when someone bleeds, said Naruto. Sasuke knew exactly what this was. It was the Shadow Clone. It's gotta be. Nothing else can explain it. So he must have taught him the Shadow Clone. But wait. What's going on? Said Sasuke. And Nari went to hit Konohana, but then he went up in smoke again once he appeared. This was shocking everyone in the crowd, except Hanabi, the whole group that had been training with Naruto. Konohana was just smoke after smoke after clone. He's just clone after clone now. This was surprising Sasuke. He didn't expect this. Konohana was just every time he got punched, after 5 punches, Inari had smoke in his face. If it's a shadow clone, it's meant to go after 5 times, unless he has shadow clones all over the place, substituting with them after every 5 hits, said Sasuke. No, can't be. Unless he's done something to amplify the shadow clone. Which that's even impossible, right? Thought Sasuke. Everything that was happening here was not an ordinary academy fight. Nari was getting his ass handed to him, and Naruto was just standing there. Sasuke didn't think Inari would win now. He didn't even think any of his 3 students would be able to beat any of Naruto's now, with Konohana being their strongest. But what did he do with 2 people from major clans? No, Sasuke didn't get any from the clan. He should have just got Shikadu. He should have got Inari to benefit someone that was from a clan. They would be twice as easy to learn, and then half the time he'd go to train them, he wouldn't have to, because they just learn from their clan. But he can't now. He's lost that privilege. Naruto's probably going to take Inari, Moagi, and all that off of him. Naruto is going to be that type of person. Would he? Would he try and take my genin off me? My academy students? Would he stop me from being a sensei? This is what Sasuke could think of. Naruto was watching. He was actually kind of chuckling to himself. He saw that Sasuke had a look of disbelief on him now. It was not one that you really get off someone like a mighty Uchiha. But Naruto was getting it now, and he was actually benefiting from it. He was chuckling to himself. There's no way that he would lose now. Well, Inari would lose, right? He knew that Inari would lose now, but he couldn't. He couldn't lose for Sasuke. There's no way he's losing for his sensei Sasuke. So he's gonna beat Konohana if it's the last thing he does. He started amplifying his strength by putting chakra into his hands. He was taking all of his might into beating Konohana. He needs to beat Konohana. He can't let Sasuke down. There's no way in hell he's letting Sasuke down. Sasuke is his mentor, his trainer, his sensei. He wants to be just like him. He wants to beat Konohana now. He needs to. There's nothing he can't do now, except just let this all die down. As the punches started to slow down from Inari being puffed out and tired, Konohana took this to his advantage. He started going as strong as he possibly could. His fists were amplifying. He was twice as strong as he normally would be. He was sending chakra into his fist, fist after fist, blow after blow, smashing into Inari. All you could hear was a crack. Naruto saw this. Enrico saw this. He had bruises on his stomach now. His shirt had ripped. Konohana pulled all his chakra into this last punch. All that he could muster. The shirt was broken. And also with that, a bruise appeared. And then Inari fell down and was knocked out. Sasuke grabbed him and shunshined out of here. And two Shadow Clone Sasukes walked up. "Don't you dare quit," said Sasuke. They both nodded their heads. They weren't quitting, not now. "Next up was Tanabe vs. Miyagi," said Iruka. Sasuke had disappeared to go to the hospital with Inari to get him checked out. He hopes that he's alright, but he won't know, not yet at least, until he's fully checked out. So Naruto did what he had to. He left. Well, Sasuke left with Konohana. No, Inari, I mean. Naruto just stood there. He had Parker go take Konohana to go find somewhere to rest. He had knocked himself out and had wasted all of his chakra. So he was doing that now. And then there was Hanabi. She walked up with her Byakugan activated. Miyagi was ready to fight her. "Go now," said. "Fight now," said Iruka. They both started to fight. Hanabi had deactivated her Sharingan. Had her deactivated her Byakugan. And she was just clashing fist with her. This was something that they didn't think was happening. It was fist after fist. They were taking fist after fist. This was chuckling to everyone. They were losing heavily. Kyotuchi could notice this, that Sasuke's group was losing. There was no way in hell that they would be able to beat him now. They were dying. It was sad for her. Her boyfriend was losing. But then something happened. Something happened that she wouldn't realize. Miyagi did something. She smashed herself into Hanabi head first. Hanabi tripped over and was clenching her stomach after this. She couldn't let him down, could she? She had to do it. She was going to flog Miyagi's ass. After 20 minutes of being pummeled into the ground, Naruto watched Hanabi stand up. Miyagi had done something unbelievable. She punched him. She was doing unbelievable stuff. Maybe he was strong. Maybe she wasn't that weak. Maybe he should have just took into training them and not just he should have pulled them out of school as well. But at the same time, he was happy with his choice. He had chosen a good group. They were stronger than most. And bloody hell, they wouldn't lose yet. He just saw Hanabi get up after a beat down like that. She is definitely going to win, said Naruto to himself. Huh, you think you can beat me? Said Miyagi. Oh yeah, I can definitely beat you, said Hanabi. Bullshit, said Udon from the sidelines. He was watching this. He was not happy with what he saw. He saw Miyagi strongest beatdown that even Inari sometimes couldn't get up from. Get after 20 minutes, which Inari lasted 25, but still, this was not cool, right? She had just done the impossible. Hanabi had got up, but she is from the Hyuga clan, so maybe that's why, thought Udon. But then he realized something. She wasn't even a real person. She had been beating the ground. The ground was pummeled. It was literally just pummel. This was not cool. That must mean that she hasn't been attacking Hanabi. She's been attacking the ground. Dang it, she must have used her Barakugan at the start to check out for the best possible areas, said Udon. This was why he's glad he's... Wait, and then he realized he's fighting a clan head with the shadow possession technique that could hold him in place. And this was not good for him or for any of his friends. He's gonna lose this. He just knows it. Wait, Naras are normally known for their everything being a drag, right? So that must mean one thing. He can win. He'll just ask him how much of a drag this is, and then say, oh, if he wants this drag to be over, he's just gotta give up. Yes, Udon had it planned out. He was the strategist man on their team, and he had an opponent he could beat using his own strategies. But yet again, Naras are known for their strategies, which might mean that this is going to be harder than he would want it. But he doesn't care. He's going to make sure he wins, and if he doesn't, well, he may as well give up on being a ninja. But then he realized Inari had lost. If Inari had lost, that must mean there's a chance that he doesn't have to win. And if he doesn't have to win, well then, that means Miyagi just has to win to show off a little bit of their strength. Yes, Miyagi win, no matter what, said Udon. Miyagi looked at it. What, you think I would lose just because Inari was having a bad day and got his ass handed to him by a little runt and annoying brat like this one over here called Kanahanaru, said Miyagi. This pissed off Hanabi. The real Hanabi came out from the trees and stated something that shocked everyone. I'm done it now. You've done it now. Playtime's over. I'm gonna whoop your ass, said Hanabi. What? Is that a precious and little heart-failing comment or something like that? Asked Miyagi. Hanabi just chuckled. No, you said you insulted my friend, and that's hurts, said Hanabi. Naruto knew what was happening. He'd actually done this once, and he got his ass handed to him. Definitely with the work he got handed. Hey, he wasn't trying, but still, he still got beat. This was not good for her. This was not good for any of them. They had just done the impossible. Pissed off Hanabi. And a little spar, she's dead, thought Naruto. Hanabi appeared behind Miyagi and hit her in the back of the neck, knocking her unconscious. Don't you dare fight me ever again, said Hanabi. And then Hanabi walked over and sat next to Naruto, who was just watching the battle. You gotta stop getting a bit angry, you know? Definitely in a little spar, said Naruto. Hanabi just let it fly. She stood up and pushed Shikadu into the arena. If you don't win, I'm gonna whoop your ass and break all your bones. And you better make sure you win or we'll lose our winning streak, chuckled Hanabi. Shikadu just shrugged his shoulders and walked into this. Rika was sitting there. And those two had never shown this much strength before. Naruto been training them, right? That must mean he's stronger than Marika thought Rika. Shikadu walked in, and as soon as Udon walked in, he tried to form some hand signs, but he couldn't. He looked to the ground,
He saw that there were kunai and all that all over the floor already before he had walked in. Udon had stepped into it. He had stepped onto the shadow possession jutsu. I reckon you should forfeit now, or kunai goes through your throat, said Shikadu. Udon didn't know what to do, so he just did. I give up, said Shikadu. That was funny. You gave up, chuckled Shikadu. And then he had realized what had happened. There was shadow clones everywhere, and they had permanent marker everywhere. Dang it! Had used markers and painted the floor. You beat me, you lucky bastard, said Udon. Shikadu just went down and sat next to Hanabi. I won, didn't I? Asked Shikadu. Hanabi just shook her head. Whatever, brat. You're lucky, said Hanabi. Udon just chuckled to this. Yeah, of course I'm lucky. I beat him, didn't I? Whatever, said Hanabi. Shikadu just lay down on his back and went to go to sleep. And then he started looking up into the sky. An hour later, Sasuke had arrived to see the battles had been over. And then he realized what happened. So they lost. Dang it. I thought they would have been higher and stronger and faster and wouldn't have lost, said Sasuke. Naruto just chuckled to this. Oh no. Yeah, they probably might have if you weren't such a lousy teacher, said Naruto. That's bullcrap. I will beat you now, said Sasuke. Naruto just let him do what he wanted. So that's what he did. They started to fight. Naruto just stood out there and stood. Taijutsu only, and I'll have my weights on, so you better be prepared, said Naruto. Sasuke nodded. They started going for blow, punch for punch. Then there was Naruto. He just grabbed a hold of Sasuke's hand, grabbed it, and pulled his hand all the way back, almost snapping it. But as soon as he went to snap it, he punched Sasuke across the face, sending him into a tree. Sasuke didn't know what to do. He took his weights off and chucked them behind him. All of them landed on a tree. Each weights of his broke a tree in half. And then he went at Naruto with his Sharingan activated. Huh, I said taijutsu only, but I guess he can use that. But I won't, said Naruto. You're a weakling, said Sasuke. If I'm the weakling, how come all of mine lost straight away? But what, the weak Narutos didn't, did they? Said Naruto. Yours only beat mine because yours are from clans. If mine were from clans as well, yours would have lost. Dead set, said Sasuke. Naruto chuckled at this. Yeah, whatever you say, Sasuke. You know what else? I don't care about your puny-ass excuses. You're just upset because mine is stronger than yours and you're a weak-ass teacher. So, if you're gonna complain about that type of stuff like that, I really hope you don't, because I train mine Genin and they enjoy my training. I don't know about your Genin, but I like to enjoy training mine. They enjoy it and I enjoy training them. So whatever you say, Sasuke, just don't get everyone down just because you're a weakling, said Naruto. Oh, that's it, said Sasuke. Sasuke went to hit Naruto. Naruto just sidestepped him and kicked him in the face, hitting him dead set in the center of the face, knocking him unconscious. I've loved fighting you, but now you're just a nobody compared to me. My Genin days, my academy days are over. And me being dead last and dope is over, said Naruto. Naruto elbowed, kneed Sasuke more than once. Sasuke could not handle this. He was getting his ass handed to him over and over again by the dope. This was not good. This was not good for him, and he's again academy student. They had their ass handed to him by Naruto's academy students. Now he needs to make sure that he is the strongest, and then he'll be able to prove that it was just a luck of a draw that they beat his. So Sasuke charged at him with his Sharingan,
but Naruto just grabbed a hold of his throat, kneed him multiple times in the ribs, enhancing chakra to his one knee, and then went to, but he put it in his foot, and he jumped over Sasuke, smashing his chakra enhanced foot into Sasuke's jaw, making blood spit out, and Sasuke collapsed to the ground on one hand. I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore. I'm passing out, said Sasuke. Sasuke passed out. Naruto was standing there. He picked up Sasuke and shunshined out of there. When Konohana woke up, there was Pakura. "What are you doing here, Pakura?" asked Konohana. "Well, you won and passed out." "I don't know how the other matches went, though," said Pakura. Konohana just nodded. "Of course you didn't. You've been here protecting me, right?" "Or something like that," said Konohana. "Yeah, something like that," chuckled Pakura. "Aren't you nice?" said Konohana. "Yeah, I'm only nice because I was asked to by Naruto, so don't even think about it. So don't even get your hopes up, Konohana," said Pakura. Konohana just nodded. Why would he get his hopes up? Of course she was only doing it because of Naruto. Why else would she put up with Konohana? Thought Konohana. But yet again, Naruto has paid off on her, so maybe him being caring about me has paid off on her too. That could have happened, chuckled Konohana to himself. "What are you thinking?" asked Pakura. "Nothing," said Konohana. "Good. You better not be thinking about anything weird," said Pakura. "Why, just because I have that pervy jutsu, you think all I think about is weird stuff? Come on. I have Naruto as a sensei," said Konohana. Pakura just smacked her forehead. "That's the point. He's a little pervy, you know," said Pakura. Konohana didn't know this, but now he did. He's going to use this as leverage on Naruto. Back with Iruka, he was astonished. Sasuke was the best in the year, and then Naruto came in and became the best. He didn't know what to think this battle, and then he just saw that even Naruto's gaining that act like Naruto, being weak and whatnot, are still better than Sasuke's ones that are like him, strong in class, but out of class, they're just like Naruto would have been in class, weak. Now this is shocking to Iruka. He doesn't know what to think anymore. Maybe that they're deliberately faking being weak just so that they're underestimated and put on weak missions so they can get them done easier. Or maybe that they're just being pushed lately after this bet that Inari made with them that pushed them to their strength. Iruka didn't know what to do, but you know what? He didn't care. He just watched his fights. So, and he knows that Konohana and Inari are going to be rivals one way or another. And now that's going to piss him off. They're going to be just like Naruto. Stupid, arrogant, and always starting fights. Inari's going to be Naruto in the academy. And that means that Konohana is going to be Sasuke. Always dominating. Unless he doesn't try. Maybe that's why he hasn't won. That's why he doesn't try. Maybe, said Iruka to himself. Pakura, Kotochi, and Konohana arrived. Were there. So what, just because Naruto could beat Sasuke and all that, you think I will lose to you? Hell no. I'm gonna whoop your ass, said Kotochi. "I'd like to see you try," said Pakura. "You want to see us try? I'm beating your ass right here now. Right here and now," said Kotochi. "Come on," said Pakura. "This is going to be a heavy fight." They just know it just by the way that Iruka knows it, just by the way they're acting. "Naruto, what have you done?" "You just started a fight," said Iruka. He shook his head. Naruto's starting fights one way or another, every single time he possibly can. Why, oh why? Thought Iruka.
But then he realized something. Naruto's not even here and they're fighting over him. Maybe this Kyotichi has something deep down for Naruto. But she can't. She's with Sasuke, isn't she? But Haruka didn't care right now. He had to watch this fight one way or another. And he's gonna have to, one way or another. This is gonna piss him off. These guys have already lost. Well, Parker has, because he's seen what Kurotichi could see. But then yet again, he hasn't seen Parker. So maybe she's unpredictable like Naruto. Then yet again, wasn't Kurotichi all over Naruto one stage apparently? That's why she was here, for Naruto. But now look at her, she's not even with Naruto. She is unpredictable. Everyone is these days. Then Haruka just shook his head. Fight, said Haruka. The two girls took this as an indication that they're allowed to fight, so that's what they did. They started to fight. Kurotichi wasn't going to have a no jutsu rule, but as soon as she went to charge at Parker, Parker grabbed her wrist and headbutted her a couple times until she passed out. I'm not weak, and like hell I'm letting you beat me, so whatever you do, don't even think about it, said Parker. Kyotichi had been hit in the head. She was now bleeding. Her head was a bit sore, but you know what else is sore? She didn't know what to think anymore. She was knocked out cold. But then there was Sasuke. He walked back to see this. Where's Naruto? Asked Parker. I don't know, said Sasuke. Parker, I just nodded. Your girlfriend's on the floor. Next time she challenges me to a duel, don't even tell her not to, because they won't get her anywhere, said Parker. Whatever, said Sasuke. He picked up Kurotichi, and him and Miyagi left. Hey, come on, Miyagi, I've got to train you, said Sasuke. She nodded her head. Yeah, I kind of figured as much, said Miyagi. I can't let Naruto be beating me 24/7, said Sasuke. He beats you at everything, and now look at you. You used to be the best, said Parker, and then she just nodded and walked off. Yeah, and then your boyfriend or whatever thought he could be better than me, so they didn't even think about it. I will beat him one day, said Sasuke. Parker just blinked her eyebrows and just continued walking off. She, along with Konohanaru, Shikuru, and Hanabi, went back to Naruto's. What are you doing here? Asked Naruto once he arrived. Him and Parker's house. What are you doing here, Konohanaru, Shikuru, and Hanabi? You've never been here, said Naruto. We were invited. Your girlfriend brought us over, chuckled them. Oh, well, of course she did, didn't she? Said Naruto. What? Are they not allowed to come and visit me at my house? Chuckled chuckled Parker. Naruto just closed his eyes and just fell asleep on the couch. And you know what? Do what you want. I'm going to sleep, said Naruto. Why are you going to sleep? Asked Konohanaru. Because unlike you, I've got to go to the Hokage's office in the morning and get a mission report. So that's kind of why I said Naruto. They just nodded their heads. A couple of hours later, they had been talking about a lot of different things, about what a ninja was really like and why Naruto was training them. Parker knew exactly why Naruto was training them. He felt like it was his duty to, at least, because he didn't have a sensei. And then look at him. Now look at him. He's the strongest. He wants to make sure he has a strong, and his generation, Konohanaru's generation, generations after that, aren't weak and the strong. But you can't be strong without having a little bit of help. So that's why he's here to train them. So that they're not the weaklings that everyone thinks they could be. And because that then getting need to be prepared when they first come out. Just for their first C rank at least. Because Naruto and that they weren't prepared. Naruto had gone on missions before, but he was he let everyone. He had to fight on S rank missing in Orochimaru on meant to be C rank that was turned to an A rank and then S rank, but he couldn't do that. So he was just doing what he had to. He's going to train one way or another. And that's why he's having them prepared, just so they can go up against some sort of shinobi. But he doesn't know right now. Naruto is the caring kind. Not the kind to just let you do this. And if you're on his bad side, you're on there for a good reason. Not a little pansy reason like you stole his cupcake, or you harmed his mother, or you said something about him. It's as if you've done something that would kill him. But he's not dead, so you wouldn't have killed him. Parker was just standing there with the two. So what do you guys plan to do tomorrow? Well, since it's back to school, because Naruto would give you, Clancy would train you afternoon when Naruto's out on missions, said Parker. Oh, I know what I'm doing, said Konohamaru. Well, asked Shikadu. I'm going to go train with my my uncle Asama's got his own getting team now. He can't do stuff with us. Oh, that's sad. You know what? Maybe I might take up Shogi. Shikadu, can you help me? I need to not be the dumb bum in our groups. Chuckled Konohamaru. Whatever. I'll try and help you, said Shikadu. Yes, that would be great, said Konohamaru. Whatever, said Shikadu. Shikadu decided it would be time to go home, because he'd been here for a while. I'm gonna go home now, said Shikadu. They all just nodded. Okay, Shikadu, have fun, said Konohamaru. I will, said Shikadu. Shikadu went home, and Hanabi went home not that long after. I've gotta go now. Gigi's not gonna be happy that I've been gone for a while, chuckled Konohamaru. Yeah, I don't think if I was your Gigi, if I was your family members, I wouldn't be happy neither. So you should get home soon, chuckled Pakura. Bye, Pakura sensei. Tell Naruto sensei that I said hi, and bye as well, said Konohamaru. I will. He'll wake up eventually, and I'll tell him, said Pakura. And next morning, Naruto was standing along with Sai and Pakura. He hadn't seen Sai in a little while, and he didn't want to expect what this was. He's probably needs a Genin team or something, but he can't be bothered. So hopefully this is just about some check-up on some shinobi that are by themselves to form teams of by themselves, like Naruto was with Shisui. But at the way it was going, that's not how it's happening. No, actually the opposite. Naruto would have to eventually get a team. Horizon stepped up. So, welcome yous. Why are you here? Well, because you've all strong shinobi, and I need to get another Genin team. So Naruto's old team, Team 11, will consist of yous. Why? Because Naruto had lost his sensei recently, and yous all will help out one way or another, and yous could all work on your first C rank, which I was gonna put you on a C rank, but you've got a D rank. Joking. No, I've given you guys an B rank mission. You were to do that and then complete, and then you can come back here. I was gonna have Ozumo and Kotetsu, but thought Horizon. But then he realized something. Naruto could work well with these guys, but he didn't know what to do. Okay, you're dismissed. Naruto, stay back. Pakura and Sai, go get your missions, said Horizon. They both nodded and went to go get their mission. What is it, Gigi? Asked Naruto. Naruto, I know that you've been training Konohamaru, but I think you're making him progress a bit too quick, definitely for his age. So can you please let off on training him for a little while, or at least as much as you've been training him, said Horizon. Naruto just nodded. I was just gonna have some clones help him practice some of his techniques, like chakra control, his
You know, some little things like that said, Naruto, whatever, Naruto, or whatever you do, just stop progressing him a bit too much, okay? He is still a genin, you know, not even that, so can you please not? And I chose Cyan Pakra because, well, you're dating Pakra, she doesn't have a team, and Sai because of your root days. I was originally going to have Izumo and Kotetsu with you as the leader because they had been out of duty for a while. So, but then I realized these two you might be able to work well with. So that's why you've got them. And Naruto, you are the team leader on this. So what you say goes final, but don't forget to include their judgment, said Horizon. Naruto nodded. And he walked out the door. Bye, GG. See you next time, said Naruto. So this is where we leave this part off. If I had continued it to an hour, we'd be starting the tuning exam arc. But that's for the next one, which, yeah, next part will be 45 minutes. Just because this one isn't an hour. But, you know, that's for the next video tomorrow. So bye.